emo bibia kwaba na yemfa mbra mega TV and platform we eso micro mini minority in parliament omo pomu mpeo yedidi na momo ayin yedidi na momo omo ye kra mesan akọ han ye maame eye emefa Victoria Hardcastle na wasan be blast omo bio abusuan se wo be kaya encheye ena pinche bi ekopiem e wo the appointment committee a omo veti the ministers a omo nominate omo for ministerial positions no na yewura Samuel Kudjeto Ablakwa ekopiem honom on the 30th of January yotwam yeyi na e wo se nkomo interview no but wantwi bi bae ena menti me ho ase bi course e wo honom eno ena yehu se afenyo marking eni ni mini micro minority for e wo town a omo esese niema wo honom nyina kese frankanodom prekwa de so munja na tables e wo hon kondwe wo no bubu no but this honorable member no efe ne ho honorable na when a speaker ti asemi eno so nda so obehwehwem ampa speaker de ose yoyo adepa ya me de abeso mwandura na news no break here say speaker etimi ayeden a suspending 4 MPs from parliamentary proceedings with the in the next 2 weeks what you say and I say within 2 weeks they are not going to parliament for parliamentary proceedings. Ora Dafia Roxin Nelson Dafia Mapo Eka ono ena majority whip edemo NDC ena Frank Anodom Prenso minority whip ena enkofo mienu binim so keka ho what you say inti nipa 4 in all na anopa yeda sorry ya lete bia babontin lete no chiremu a micro mini minority force an omonti ase dintia suspension na ekwo omonti ase enti omo si omo challenge speaker Kingsford Alban Smina Babin enkofo nso obodo na mo numbers eba no se parliament kayus bi commotion bi so ombe buma yammo enti no esi dan na muntina mo baby na mo nso so na mo mpe mo baby ntina oh no yenko na yenko ti se ansem we mu nchiremu wo UTV what ya say braja kwabena tena se a onyin saka lete ni bia otoro boase ede potokasa ana odi twi enye potokasa echichirem kakrama obibia te ne ho ase yemfa credit no emma United Television UTV yenko breko ba yebeto ankomo so yankopon koso a enhira
for Western region is paragraph not from the Western region. Akuffo Addo ukrom na aye start upon asphalt is you was Wi-Fi for start to because ukrom. We are tired of this impunity.
Okay. But I say ya baba san foforo so na asisi ankrata abeka yensa efri domkuma no ahweye na ni nyina afa decision ya speaker take ye no ho enti brepam no ye bekenkan minority or say minority caucus in parliament na ni nyina ne say or say suspension of 3 members of parliament in the minority caucus 31st January 2025. Or say the decision by the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Aban S.K. Bagbin, on Friday 31st January 2025 to suspend 3 distinguished members of Parliament of the New Patriotic Party, Honorable Frank Anadompre in Samadwajiri, Honorable Al-Hassan Suleimana Tampuri Gushegu, and Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib Wejagbawe is an unfortunate overreach of parliamentary authority, a blatant display of selective justice, an attack on the democratic principles. Minor property damage was not a planned disruption, but a manifestation of the growing tension caused by a majority and their members, and the failure of the members, and the impartiality. To unilateral in accordance with provision 130A and B for them to be heard, and that first mechanism sets an error where the speaker can arbitrarily punish members of parliament based on perceived disobedience rather than adherence to parliamentary rules and fairness. The speaker himself has on numerous occasions presided over parliament where similar or worse incidents occurred, yet no such punitive measures were taken. The refusal to apply the same standard in previous instances makes this decision appear politically motivated, aimed at intimidating certain members of parliament and silencing dissent. Now, it is important to recall that during the previous parliamentary chaos, particularly during the controversial 2021 speakership election, at the public hearing on the nomination for promotion of 2 Supreme Court judges on the 30th July 2024, and the brawl in Parliament over e-levy, where a member of the NDC physically assaulted a member of the majority caucus of the 8th Parliament, the Speaker adopted a reconciliatory approach at all instances. What then does he choose? At this moment to impose harsh and selective punishment? This inconsistency undermines his credibility as a neutral arbiter and exposes a worrying bias that must be called out. Furthermore, the Speaker's approach disregards the fact that Parliament is a house of records, a house of debates, sometimes heated, and members have a duty to ensure that due process is followed. The Speaker's role is to facilitate dialogue and order, not to punish lawmakers for standing their grounds in the face of procedural unfairness. We categorically reject the suspension of these 3 members, MPs, and demand an immediate reversal of this politically charged decision. This unjustifiable action is not addressed. If not addressed, it will set a precedent where the Speaker becomes an unchecked authority, weaponizing disciplinary measures against those who do not align with his preferred political narratives. Parliament must remain a bastion of democracy, not an institution of oppression. The Ghanaian people deserves Parliament where all voices are heard, not one where members are punished for their commitment to due process and accountability. Democracy thrives on fairness and justice, and we will not sit idle while parliamentary democracy is undermined by selective application of rules. And kata efi minority for abano no na say omo kire say anamoa speaker to ye no uti o say they are standing for their right as their course of parliament no umu gina said be ya let we dey I mention say who ni say eno ano no ana say inka uti dey making kind no what kind of that wo copy ampa. So ujina for fairness, say ni jina for fairness.
Yes,
sir.
There's a thin line between arrogance and boldness.
Okay.
Very thin line. MPP why? Say me yes say I'm say oh na MPP for you arrogant. But people can sit on set and talk anyhow. Say omo dey your boldness and your arrogance. Let me tell you the mere fact that it be a winning majority and you don't like a certain political party, doesn't mean you should look down and talk down on them every time. It will get to a time people will get to know you. It will get to a time. This a year course you know. Alex Bonnie Ben now by asking questions. He shouldn't exercise his rights and duties as a parliamentarian or as a leader of that group. Why should it be all so that Okwa they'll go and listen to her side story or everything that has gone on? Then their report will be brought to the speaker. So at the speaker doesn't take it upon himself. Say until then he goes ahead to suspend.
So what's a committee for someone for 10?
What's a committee? No one suspending for another. What's a committee? Then you suspend. Is it right? No, is it right?
It's suspension doesn't mean they have been interdicted.
Do you know what suspension means? It means you've taken them. Yes, you've taken a judgment on them. Parliament.
For 2 weeks.
Yes, for what reason?
For 2 weeks, you know.
The one who brought them to Parliament. No, is he the one who brought them to Parliament?
It is suspension.
So give them for them. Why do you suspend them and say 2 weeks?
It is suspension.
After 2 weeks, Parliament is not better. And all can say, oh, be a committee in Juma until 2 weeks, no, and so I'm going to say
10 days. Some fire investigations.
Now I say committee. So after 10 days now, will you tell them, oh, because committee in Juma until another 10 days? What you are going to say? Why don't you give the committee the chance to do it and bring you the report? Then you take the decision from there or the committee's recommendation after listening to them. Lawyer Nyubiabekacho say you can have a judgment on someone before being heard.
It's a judgment,
isn't it?
Really?
You have punished me. My work. My work is to come to Parliament. And I was saying that is not what they said. They said they should go home for 2 weeks.
And what's
and he's now open a committee. And meanwhile, I say leaders name Beshiano. No, more discuss it. No.
I'm formal. Say, I know, say, that's your majuma. And as I say, the power for a free move. It's some reconstitute. It's going
to happen in all this position by the suspension and everything. Is speaker, even though he's the final arbiter, as a chairman, no, he's the final arbiter. No, he's the person who takes the decisions of the whole place. That is why rules and regulations. That is why Parliament has its rules and regulations. Me know what's in a ha. Now me know where Juma. Now me feel. Now me catch you saying, "My suspend you 2 weeks coffee." Now, the committee so say, "Wo coffee ni na omo bi se bisa nsem." I think I'll be fair to you.
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
Because what has happened? A whole lot of people are involved. It's not only these 4 people. A whole lot of people are involved.
How do you know, sir, after the investigation?
That is why you set up a committee.
Okay.
You set up a committee to do the investigations and finish with it work. Now it's you invited Akuffo over, and then this then committee found out.
Okay.
And the way forward.
Okay.
But everything upon yourself and say oh, me there because me in and may take a decision. Mungo fie.
And distinguished members of Parliament, 3 distinguished Parliament, and I say you are suspended. Now, what state? What we say politically motivated? It's like they are almost come, and they will not sit down idly. They will also stand up for their rights. Wait 1 minute. Yes, sir.
Let me re-echo. You see, Kebi Mami Kebi Amemo Nina Yajatu. You see, I say, Oka Semina Yamida. You to me, Faber Fambo. Power. And not more catch all
parliamentary power.
All right, so we in summer. etimi akoso enti na chese ensano emu enchirimu eno no medwin minority for we ho a mini micro minority we medwin mo a mente omo ase say dia na ekoso what is really going on baby mo party yaduri the state in which your party is in wasenka mutenase na mo dwen na mu se ya ye Ghana for bone enintia Ghana for eto abawi etiae na they did not just vote against us or not voted against us so then they collapsed our party with a huge interval. Ejade na wose ye yembra bontin na yembe po machew no munjindi omunji entum bakabe yakoye se mini micro minority since omuko opposition shenanigans arrogant pride chese eniema emfa nkabumi ma eniema emo omunsan enye seat no eno moye ade a sebi etwi omu seat ni bebre sanko akiri no eno moye Ghana for so monti ase ede na MPP for ana sebi MPP for obi di omo akogye DB bi ana adro bi achi omo eno muntimi ngasi Ivan Che innocent enso ewo message bi odi bae yebekọ yekwakuti ono so nensem na wachirem the reasons why MPP mini micro minority and they should shut up and accept it in a good faith. Abusia the woman say Bank of Ghana Ernest Addison wa chese ono ankasa withdrawn ene Mr. Siama and Ayura John Dramani Mahama apa no so nko na onye den onko toa dwumadi no eso. That is a good news. Good news for NDC any Ghanaian. That is indeed a good news. Anyway, yanko na yankuti Ivan Che innocent and sama oditu idwabra ko ahoto FM simpi so one Alaska de don yamfa credit na emma ahoto FM omuno mobo ayasa video yi enye bi edibesomo yankuti nsen from rekoba yevetwas
the governor of Bank of Ghana is no more.
That's right. What I'm for?
Yes, say ono ankasa ade nenkrata beto edwase okọ terminal leave and the retirement ever so much 2025.
That's right.
So he's not coming again. So the governor of Bank of Ghana Addison Okofie.
That's right.
President Mahama Jinaso appointed a new person, Dr. Siama, or a former second governor of Way.
Exactly.
On take over. So breaking news in this friend is saying the governor is no more.
And Ankasa
Ejajumanato. And I think
that's right.
They can't on because Akuffo Addo in Bank of Ghana and for 1 year and mocha over 60 to 70 billion. Alaska. And Parsumo, and I think that is just for the start. And Parliament, me share na mahu the course, and I think that Ghana for yina shebi. Na Alaska they see no start here and round kwa.
That's right.
Say do anywhere and they see what TV so kwa now they can't say you may lose the bigger picture. And it's sad and it's an enemy. Say these are people more honorable members eco parliament, and some of them tend to behave in the manner that we saw now clearly and Alaska behavior no time and now and I mean who say parliament I had up save appointment committee I drag Oliver.
That's right, Vamo.
Yes. Say original morning because I can't sema ebu omu hu fi.
Ebu omu tia.
Alaska. Oliver Kohoko Pacho. The subsequent days in the AC, I think the Parliament should call Oliver back and apologize to him because they don't deserve the apology he rendered to them. Parliament should call Oliver back.
That's right.
And apologize, render unqualified apology to him because they don't deserve the veneration and apology because of what happened. Alaska Enra, you saw men, honorable men in suit, displaying boyhood arrogance. Okay, school days. Boyhood arrogance.
That's right.
Disrespect to the people of this country. And committee no moti animu no. May I see something like they've turned it into a revenge theater.
That's right.
So we pe na yenyan. So we need. So it's a theater for them to get revenge. But that is not what Ghanaians expect. The fact that say must circumvent some of the processes in for just to ensure that the process go hurriedly you're on TV and camera is capturing you and the whole Ghana is watching. So it is not just about Parliament. It's a procedure every single Ghanaian is following. So it's a wow what's it house you need to respect the people watching. Because they give you power and that particular authority. Alaska, the Ecowas of Parliament just scan through various social media platforms and look at reactions, the public comments, the sentiment being expressed by the people of this country. It gives you a clue why over the years, a man for any respect for Parliament. Some time ago, me catch it say, and maybe bedru, Parliament will have no moral locus to call somebody or citing for contempt.
That's right.
But Alaska, if there is any contempt anywhere for anyone to be cited for, I think say
92.3 FM.
If there is contempt anywhere for anybody to be cited at, I think say Parliament members nankasa and yes cite or more for contempt. Alaska, and no whatever just happened. Yet one year brutal mu and adina ye war who is enra nema no mo ye no they destroy properties of the state.
That's right.
The following day the only thing that your friend is saying the leader did is to overcarry papers or
render
apology. That wasn't enough. Rendering apology isn't enough because this is not the first time things of this nature happen and the committee in the tenants and how am fast what. And even some of the questions, some of them even ask, I raise a lot of eyebrow, sometimes personal questions. Why you do this? But you see, instead of focusing on matters that will bring the Ghana for a penamana bamuno, we are not focusing on those things. And abra way better now committee name, Sam George.
That's right.
Or a politician. I will make a comment and I like the response he gives to Afenyo Markin. So you cannot use this platform to whitewash Akuffo Addo.
That's right.
Because Papa no verdict no any election outcome no. So you cannot use this committee as a theater of revenge and attempt to whitewash the president who soiled himself and his integrity. And when Timian was no so this committee it's not an avenue for you to do these things. And now the same incident happened in Parliament. I say, woman, my friend Head Castle.
That's right.
At a personal level, I don't know what encounter on a way another prenya. And look at how they've blown the whole issue out of proportion. Because these are two people that were not speaking to camera, microphone as well, a sideshow. And but these people free say a gross disrespect. An assault on the integrity of Parliament.
That's right.
And the woman young hauling before privileges committee. Now you do this, you display such shameless act on TV. You embarrass yourself and disgrace the people of this country in the manner you did. The same person had the guts say Yemfre Obi to be cited for contempt. Then it means power now when you're not
That's right.
You have a privileged position. And you're using that to muzzle your way, intimidating. And you see, the world we live in, Alaska, it has expanded beyond anybody's imagination. You can't control the narrative. You can't muzzle people. You can't tell people what to do, what to say, what the kind of opinion they should express, whatever. No, my culture says, the only thing that will save you is to be sensible and act as such.
That's right.
If you go contrarily, and I said, who live life, a reckless, irresponsible life, This is the kind of reaction that will be generated within the public space. Because in recent times, so one who can a man for first or more attack the integrity of Parliament. If Parliament has said bad the way public ninya hoarding a can't was them yet an sarin issue by a hoarding a Ghana for the kind of it's not just about Parliament per se, but it is about the conduct of certain individuals within the House. Why I have consistently been telling you, sir, most of them don't even deserve the prefix honorable. 92.3. Because Alaska, you can be an honorable and behave dishonorably. You talk recklessly, you behave childishly, you just anything. We don't care whether people are watching or not. And now so we had TV. Now we had another question. Now we are going near or Sekraba film. And again, now make about questions and you bisa your friend say
Sam George.
Yeah, Sam George. So we have questions now. Videos now if I find your marking as serialize and no bisa no questions out of that now you begin to ask yourself, so what is the import of this whole thing? This is a guy who has decided to say minãl sawaba one person asked question for 3 solid hours. I'm not sure say in the history of parliamentary vetting in this country we've ever had a person who appear before a committee, one person abisa question for 3 solid hours unabated. And I know it took the intervention of your friends the chairman because not see videos, you know, and Clark for no was smart to tell you say machines in your that's right. And I think that is what actually saved the day. And this yes I said some kind of a revenge even I would say so the process is now me watch na ma sua be bia film I say this is a genuine process. To get the best out of them, to know whether the person can actually do the job, so that we give them the verification to go ahead and do it. You know,
we are not getting it.
That becomes a peripheral objective. Then personal revenge, and so for no, it take the central stage. So the core we know a peripheral, and no, a side show, and a revenge, you know, take the main stance, and then so for no. And I think that what happened yesterday was clearly a demonstration of that particular bad faith that has been demonstrated. And you see, at Federal marking, yes, in opposition, you might want to flex muscles and do the kind of thing that he does. But Alaska, I think he should be very careful with the way and manner, with this arrogance, posturing and posture he's assuming all over the place. You see, whatever that happened in Parliament, you know, will not take away the fact that the NPP as a political party is battered under him.
That's right.
When he went to Parliament, no BI 167. 137
with a thin line be 138
exactly. And you are going home, you are sitting in Parliament with less than 90
with 88
with less than 90. That is a huge indictment on you
under your leadership
and you come sit, flex your muzzle, talk just like that, show arrogance and no signs of remorse, forgetting say Ghana for so red card because of sa ahomaso.
That's right.
Na abraboboni because I can sit here and tell you say Akuffo Addo lost the way his party lost, or Bawumia lost the way they did, not because maybe because of bad performance alone, but demonstration of arrogance.
Exactly.
And a reckless talk what demonstrated over the years. And is the extension of what Afenyo Markin is doing on the committee. I think somebody needs to speak to him. So you see, this attitude way, you cannot use this attitude to rebuild a party. This is a party in opposition. You need to show remorse, accept your defeat, go and assess how Albert may put to yours. I'm not saying, sir, he doesn't have a right to ask questions on the committee or whatever. But Alaska, what I'm saying is, sir, attitude, ni posture, ni penchant, ni the way a manner, go about the whole process. I take integrity from the whole process.
That's right.
And the kind of unseriousness Ghana for over the years attached to parliamentary business and so forth. And I have read a lot of posts and commentary from a lot of people on social media. These are people's opinion. You can't begrudge people from expressing their opinion. And we are talking about one of the foundational institutions of our democracy, which is Parliament of the Republic of this country. You sit there and denigrate your integrity. You soil yourself. You disgrace yourself in the manner that you did. You engage in verbal brawl as well as physical face caps and then as a forum in camera, and you come back and tell people, say, respect me because I am MP. Who cares? Who cares? Alaska. So I think, say, now no speaker and kasa kanye. And I like the way he put the issue. Speaker say, we cannot force people to respect us. We have to earn their respect.
That's right.
And in earning their respect, you know, the life you live, how practical those things become, no? It is that will inform people the way they see you, their perception, and respect you. Let me tell you, you can never force me to respect you.
No.
And you never be respect you. What I say? And just having this contempt power. Oh, you better train up man about Parliamentary. You better train up. Saa konwa na man for kwatena na nke de obi speaker akasa ono na no bi anka se baba ka chere bi anka committee no kwa man na mbaka se bia man maka TV phone capture wo Alaska, because these are people, most of them are sitting on heavy debt. Even so I think sir, my message is quite simple. They must begin to show themselves respect first before they earn it from the people of this country. And in doing so, no, they need to act in a manner as several interest. Now again, as I respect us as people, Alaska, you can behave in this manner and expect people to respect you. The following day, you come and expect me to call you honorable because you are in a suit. I understand there are a lot of, you know, good guys in there.
Oh, that's right.
There are a lot of committed, there are a lot of good guys. Asabi, some of these things, you know, Alaska, they don't engage in. But you see, say, and I'm saying, we are munina, air cosunintino, a color the whole way. Because when we are doing that discussion, we can't say minority. It's the whole parliament inclusive.
Right.
But you munina, and you build the leader. This irresponsible charter, Emma Parliament, any demanding and so forth. And if you go to various platforms, go and listen to the kind of commentary people are having about Parliament. And I know that they new things. I mean, Ghana and Yanguma Nimase. Now, madam, a charge for contempt in the Yanka hold you before we. So I think there, and I make as a governance, and then the scope has expanded to the stand. Obia is part of the process. Obia is watching. You might sit there and think, I'm a lawyer, I'm a medical school, no, people who are watching you from afar more, some are even far more intelligent than some of you can ever be. But you see, and you'll be able to when you go there, it is a privileged position to use the power, the mandate that has been given to you to serve people right, respect people, do the right thing, and focus on the major challenges that are affecting the people of this country. But na saa nneɛma no kɔyɛ secondary issues akɔyɛ side so now you focus on trivialities, you focus on extreme partisan act that will give you some kind of political prominence. Be a man for who say, oh yeah, your opposition you feel our presence. I think that is highly irresponsible because the one obi bet now catch us away a micro your friend say minority. And you have the gut to say they should cite the person for contempt. Does it even make sense? The person in question is not a parliamentarian. Alaska.
That's right.
If you look at the size of previous minority in parliament, the numbers sometimes 130, sometimes 140, sometimes 100 and over, and then so forth.
That's right.
And I said, for the first time in the history, you perform so badly to the extent that you are low behind that. The individual has a right. Micro is an English description.
That's right.
That a person can just borrow to describe situation. You can't hold me or tell me the kind of word I should use to describe you. You understand? So I think we are pushing ourselves to a realm of your friends say nonsense when we begin to think that we can muzzle people to address or say things that we want. Micro minority, I don't cry when you're not to four board because men are made describe I won't call you micro minority. Because they don't even deserve it. And I'm like, I feel your market or no. I couldn't know to cry. Some packet to a bimano or question dan chamber bimano. Yes, because that is the real size. You see, I'm on focus on more cancer. Now, when they are yay, Alaska. Or do have grandson for country and maybe a parliament or when the new time I think they need to exercise some bit of
I think
circumspection.
I didn't know, he's just trying to appease or base. Because one under the leadership understand now minimum say oh yes sir, because now when you go on social media they are saying oh this mighty minority, mighty this, mighty that. But the question now is after the vetting usefulness we're saying
Alaska, and maybe the whole process in Ukraine, maybe an Ghana for committee or multi wing. Ain't mean deny will be so many may your friend say you.
To me by
passing.
Exactly.
This committee for the first time any power. You see, most of the ministers in the per se at the committee level, I got overwhelming endorsement. That is something most of them want. But this committee that is sitting, ain't to win deny will be. Because they don't, because I told you the NASA committee is on ya. It will go down to the floor.
That's right. Which when we want numbers, no.
Exactly. So this whole thing, this arrogance, and if you want to energize your base, this is not the right way to do it.
That's right.
Because the NPP as a political party, vast majority of people most support the party, no, base, because most of them didn't even benefit from this whole. A corrupt cabal Akuffo Addo set it up.
That's right.
But some love the party and they see say our party is so battered. So at this time, no, if you want to rebuild the party, you employ wisdom and intelligence and smart way of doing things. So we are betting to rebuild the trust because as we speak, Alaska, trust is broken. Confidence is no longer there. People don't even know who is going to lead the party.
That's right.
The kind of this your friend saying leadership. I am so brutal and a cynic. You don't even know the kind of way or more corner. Sanyama we cannot, your friends say, build the MPP to gain the confidence that you want at this time.
That's right.
You think MPP base, is this kind of way no more pay? Alaska, they want to know why they lost the election so badly.
That's right.
They want to know the next line of leaders, how they're going to do things differently. But this constant bastardization, assault, attacks, and way, you saw what happened. The way Afenyo Markin was insulting the clerk.
That's right.
In camera.
I see clerk no crano.
And this
changing.
Yes.
No authority better.
Yes. This guy disrespect people, speak to anyone the way he want, and he has the gut to sit in parliament and demand respect. Alaska, Enra, your friend lawyer now, Odi, where Oliver and him didn't call.
That's right. That's right.
You saw the way he spoke to him.
Oh yes, that's why the first when we're practicing for 50 years.
Yeah, and so what? You see that kind of posture, and you see, Anameka said the MPP is a broken party. I think MPP for Shada, no ye. For the yes, because party even in opposition, the party doesn't have a future. Let me explain to you.
In opposition,
the party MPP any future because of the leadership or in position. One, Alaska Medoko Parliament says yeah. Oh, they are fighting marking Ayan or Hono.
That's right.
And demonstrating a lot where the party is going. And then you come back home and look at the mother party at home. Now no man Abeku Santana Yeshua or say breaking news na me say on kind or can ya say MPP has officially withdrawn from media general. Serious. Adrena air run the party even opposition even muyaha.
Adrena there
is Adrena muyaha as a 1 kilobyte and handle because Alaska
as an that Adrena.
This is a party. I was suffer such a humiliating defeat. This is a party already Ghana for Apomo. This is a party already a man for Jamo say people don't even want to hear about you.
That's right.
People don't want to know about your existence. Whatever differences you have with your friend is saying, media general and whatever, it's a huge platform. It's a big platform. And I mean, in politics, if you are smart and you know how to, if you understand politics, we don't know, you need hostile platform. You go to the platform, even if it is hostile to you, you make sure you carry your message across.
That's right.
Even if you're able to get 1 or 2 persons to convince them, your objective in terms of politics is achieved. What I say, you don't need friendly platforms. No, you don't need that. So in opposition, we need people. You need to communicate. That is not the time to be boycotting platforms. Now the platform, no man will be an some papa will be no more so that
one boycotting po and on this percentage.
Yeah, and
I dream more ham.
And I dream more. And it is all these are happening because of arrogance. Because these are people who are always full of themselves. They think they are better than others. And because Afenyo marking the post on the committee that is what it demonstrates. For Onyen who said the party in the core elections are 1 year. I said they need to find a way just to ensure that at least they put things together. Some party will maybe come back to life again and become a force to reckon with in our political dispensation. That particular fact they've forgotten it. And again, so the echo up mother party now is the same thing. And the food base of the party now. I'm for October.
That's right.
And even some of the individuals now move to a minor for a month, you know, almost say, radio ambassadors. On going on radio telling why they lost the election.
That's right.
You two for months, Mahu a papaya Ofru Kumase, one of the MP on friend the doctor.
Are you?
No, one other guy, the only the kind of orata kuna you know.
That's right.
Yes. Or also nam say a catch them. So the party now Kasano is not in good standing. You understand? So I'm expecting say as a reasonable man who have done politics over the years and claim to have enormous experience, you know, you channel your energy, your wisdom, your experience into this enterprise and make sure say you rebuild the party. But you sit in public, throw tantrums, engage in physical brawl with people, you fight, you insult, you denigrate others, you go into that kind of chaotic way in camera and so forth, and you think that is the only way out to solve the problems that we have. Alaska, to me, a time will come, they will come and tell Ghanaians that Ghana from respect you more. They will refer them to Abrabona or boy said the Babin si catch or mono. Alaska, now, Maman can't summon chro. What will be a ode isam? Asran and Nima could camera and Nimu Tuntumda. What will be that?
No.
So what is some Srawanim? That's how Kotana camera anima. You appear white, you will never appear black. So what it means is a Abrabona wo boy, you know, and Abrabona wo bono. That is what you get. Abrabona or mobile or parliament, and Kwayan Faso Motuto Monema out there, no. That is the mirror image Ghanaians are reflecting for them. So you cannot demand much. You cannot ask for Ghanaians anything beyond what they are giving you. That is the kind of response. So I think that we respect Parliament as an institution. We respect Parliament in the authority. It's unfortunate certain individuals have decided that they will mess the place up and dig dignity, because today as we speak, the integrity of Parliament is in the mat.
Right.
Yeah, thank you very much,
right.
Jennifer Bedu. Yes. So these are people out there telling you you catch them on Wednesday and so forth. So Alaska Parliament, I think say as a speaker in your time, no engage you more, no catch you say the mere fact that we are MP our doesn't mean that we wouldn't be such a
Right.
any privilege being a wenya. So you need to live life, do things in a way. I remember man for that respect for you, because you can't live this kind of life. What we saw yesterday, and it's not just yesterday, we've seen a lot of incidents there. Also, parliamentary way, you know, your who questions are also quite bad apart from what salary, quite bad as fast as winners, and there was them. Then I said for them, whole lot of silly stuff there. Also, so I think say they really want to regain Ghana for respect again. They need to live by that example, because my culture wouldn't mean for some and Srawanim Kojana, and expect that you look black. It's not possible.
But I say,
So that is it. Enti we aye the Akuffo. But I don't know why minority for omo person mu challenge the Speaker of Parliament. You can never and ever challenge the Speaker of Parliament. So why do you do so? Munim say let me give you some instances. The Speaker of Parliament yentimi anye den answer a decision. I am NPP for mu yiri fi asemintentemo. Samo kai na nsinye afayo marking so no krodi kan ye minority answer omo ba the main mini micro minority. Womrekwa mwankasa omu MPs binum Mamile Morrison nom kusi boafo nom saa nkofo no mutwa mu ho free party nim no emo mo beye minimum mo kan se hono de no mo ye minority a mo so mo nti ase enti speaker declare minority their mom they don't like it. They will never understand. So after marking etamasani kopie mu Supreme Court. The Chief Justice any the keka ho mu nyina de omo anu tum ase na nkusi bebia. Which means Speaker of Parliament is one of the hardest person in this country. Eti ono kana asɛm a opa afa opa ejai waka wie ɔtena platform so ka kyerɛ Akuffo Addo sɛ tumi ni nya ne deɛ edu hɔ no ma opa opi o bɛsesa ɔbɛyɛ de ɔde tumi no ɔde bɛma Ghana for ɛna esi na onye nsiɛ. That is the speaker we are all speaking about. Speaker Albans Minor Babin can never be challenged, can never be what? Challenged. And it's a micro minority for more than submission about us, more than letter about. And the Mama said, you can decide to what? To go and burn, go and set the sea ablaze. Pono down where Yamunko, Amunko Shino. Go and burn the pool. Hey, Charlie. And then me to one and be say, into Bomia, any Akuffo Addo, or just like that. Hey, and the Ghana politics, dangerous. So, Bomia and Akuffo Addo, I know. And see, I Bomia or Kubu be dying, and what crazy Bomia or crazy, and ne Akuffo Addo, I know, or flying the news, and ne Muna Mubedia dance, yes, and this is better now. So, once or many more, and I'm young way. In fact, you're right. Akuffo Addo ni Bomia so na ɔman no mu yɛ pinche ɔman no mu ɛhye ofa ha we sisi let me tell you no kura wom ni sɛ NDC for ba ɔmo nya mfa sika nhyɛ obi abotom but the kind of peace, serenity, tranquility and how things are moving now, in fact Ghanaians enjoy a lot. Ade a mesrɛ NDC for some nye bi da ɛne sɛbi kasafin mo hyɛ ase sɛ mo kasa mo ho mo disrespect Ghana for their ɛno deɛ mo so mo chi mfuturo no ɛnkyɛ ɛbɛba. You see ade a Ghana for MP ɛne sɛ mo bɛyɛ den wobɛka kasafin de akyerɛ Ghana ni oyɛ leader yama ministerial position yato abama as a president, as a vice president. Enti sɛ ɔhwɛ a Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia yɛ obi a ebia na ɔbrɛ ne ho ase because he knows very well so na powerful nso di ntoro no o me disrespect Ghana ni bia sanya Akuffo Addo nka let me tell you Bawumia betimi anya aba we but Akuffo Addo and say ni reputation Akuffo Addo any Bawumia nankasa ne ntoro giye sɛ nka Bawumia hu nyansa sebi nya do sebi ebru and ɔpa akyɛwa enka there wouldn't be that frustrating defeat a omunya no hɔ. But o decide say Akuffo Addo so mo mpa akyɛw ɛna ɔno nso osuro Akuffo Addo ontimi nyɛ ne ho hwee ɛne so e boss se me mpa akyɛw de ndi na mu ntwa campaign jandam ne gum saa. But Ghana for so kyerɛ sɛ no sɛ mo ma bɔ man wei na sɛ mo se mo mpa akyɛw a ɛde ne mo di wɔ kurom a e bɛ mo hu smoothness level ampa so Ghana for de ɔsɛ yoyo enti ade a Ghana for MP ni sɛ ɔman no mu Ghana nkoyi o let me tell you Ghana nkoyi but obi adidi da obi adidi da enti de mpɛsɛ betin sɛ ade akyi na obi a yɛn kasa yato aba yi no yakosala yato sɛ mfifi ato aba yi no di atem ɛno de ma ebufu kye bibi I'm telling you enti sɛ NDC for mpɛsɛ mu ni ɔman wi so cha you people should what to respect Ghanaians even when you're doing the wrong thing in Ghana for you betu one no go so come out and apologize. Mumra bonti o say madam hardcaster mefa odi frank anodom pre ho fe oni oyobo no one say Ghana ni bia condemn no let me tell you MPP for now no mo condemn maame no MEC Ghana for go for MPP for rough enka oba pa attack bi ma de ka nkofo bebre even the civil society organization ni na mbe sorry akasa nka mbe sorry akasa but truth must be told MPP for who bufu okroma especially when it comes to afenyo marking any nanodom pre no mo asema They don't want to hear from them because they are total disgraced. They are total disgrace to this country. They have retarded our development. And the Ghana form person better way from Monu. And ka MF hard castle pa the way we see true and not don't play. Like a Ghana for Kasa. But Ghana for say NPP for Jamasem. He even when Uncle for Bomo crying Kasa. Inti Ghana for Mesremo NDC for make sure say promises a mumeki and some mukaina what you say be yo some mukaina what you say be yo na mo be make sure say mo be make sure say mo be respecting Ghana for if you want to break the 8 or if you want to be in power for next election, respect Ghanaians' opinion. Mumu Ghana for Bosham share Mundi so. Tell Ghanaians, brief Ghanaians how things are moving, their echo, more respect Ghana for. Once I make out was Ghana for the here ube respect ye, ubuye na udie ni di maya. And udie when deliver krana. Once Mahama, President Mahama, the first time Ubi na no one peso oye Ghana for na omubufu ye. No na money lose election 2016 no because now papa no ye adwuma but am say Ghana for na ekom kakra wom na enema ebo ekosoro na Mahama so decide say obeka nkwasiasem ayi ni nasem Jerry John Rollins say menke kaka nkwasiasem what you say me say video with me say menke kaka nkwasiasem into oka nkwasiasem no ma Ghana for any trimpo and Akuffo Addo ni baumia de agenda say monhwe Mahama na moto mabama no monhwe serious di Ghana for mankasa matem mamu di mo tax na eto Ghana for aso who defeat and omunya no 2016 no and mu Akuffo Addo oni baumia my the same thing e de yi abambia to atwene mo so mo buy na obe repeat even more than that na Ghana for say hey we scammers e be mo fira bam it no hunsunsanso and the Yahuyan. Mammy see Hanum a mega TV, your number 1 authentic channel. Mess so be like you didn't wash now for fro. It's me in your beer. Remember me before the United States of America, New York, Nakupo, Mamma, Royal B, UK, or the Royal B TV about Naku Hebi, Konako subscribe with YouTube Hanuma video no AC ya Naku Bosso, Royal B TV. Now, so what you subscribe to your mammy channel. No, I had a coso. Nyankopɔn nkɔ so a ɛhyira wo biara ɔba de yɛ adom abɛsɛ ahyia makraw bye bye.